to Freethinkers Fireside, where we put the human in humanists, one cozy chat at a time. My name is Helen, also known as Hell Spells. I am back on my regularly scheduled programming, so awesome for me. And since I did do a show last week, but I'm doing better about like getting everybody back on a regular schedule, and then I'm feeling better. So go me. I'm going back to work on Monday, you guys. Do I want to? Fuck no. That's about I am. Anyway, so let's get the show started with Mary Byler. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm glad
good.
to hear you're feeling better.
Yes,
finally.
I am properly stoned.
Okay.
So yeah, and I took Tylenol. So I'm in that happy place. So
in the very happy place.
A very happy place. I'm denying that the world's on fire right now for 2 minutes.
It's called disassociation.
It's called disassociation denial.
I'm living in a fantasy world.
Exactly, okay. I am because I'm an atheist, so obviously I'm living in the fantasy world. Somebody told me. Anyway, let the people know who you are and what you do.
Well, who am I? Well, I'm Mary Byler, clearly, obviously. Just kidding. That's my birth name. I was born and raised Amish. I lived in 5 different Amish communities. I escaped in 2004 and reported the abuse I had experienced. There were 5 people arrested and prosecuted for crimes they had committed against children. The aftermath of that has been interesting.
I am sure.
Very. And so, I hear that Helen has read my book.
I did. I read the book, guys. Okay. So Mary sent this to me. And last time she came on, I was a bad friend.
Nice.
And then I was like, okay, I said, and then we had to reschedule anyway. And I said, I promise I will read your book.
Okay. Thank you.
So I did. So and I really liked it. It was so in case you guys are wondering, it's called Jezebel's Justice. Poetry and prayers for rebellious and disobedient folks. So and I was telling you before we went on what I really appreciated about it. I definitely related to some aspects of your childhood being, going through not the same experiences, but similar. And then, so I definitely connected in that way. But I also really appreciate, I told you this, about how empathetic you are in that book. Like you understood what it's like to be hurt. And instead of extending that outwards, you decided to transfer in that and being like, I'm going to be better than how I was treated. And I want, so I was going to, just, I want to say that I appreciate that about you. And I really like that. That was my takeaway.
That actually means a lot. It really does. I've always said this, like, I cannot fathom ever treating any child the way that I was treated, or like, especially my own child. I can't imagine. I just can't fathom. It's inconceivable.
It is the one thing I do not understand as a parent. I was raised religious, but I had a very, it's for what it was, a stable childhood. Like my parents loved me. They did the best they could. Was it always great? No, but I had a secure childhood, and I know for a lot of people, especially, from knowing you, didn't really get to have that experience. So I kind of want to just have you, talk a little bit about your experience, and then also why you decided you wrote one book and then you wrote this book. So we'll go into that as well.
Okay. So, my first book is really what happened to me, and kind of some of the people and things that kept me alive, as well as how I cope with it. But those are things that they happened. Those are experiences that I had, but it wasn't talking about who I am today so much as just very specifically the trauma experiences, what it was like for me growing up as Amish. First off, this book, I mean, there's so much about this book, the title Jezebel's Justice, the title Jezebel. Why do you think I would call a book Jezebel's Justice?
Well, I'm just, one, she's badass. Two, like, she's done wrong. Like, girl got a vineyard. I'm like, listen, I gotta go to war for a fucking vineyard for my husband because he's a lazy fuck. So I'm gonna get shit done. And then because she had power, the Israelites were like, well, we can't have a woman in power because like they have a matriarchal society and we don't want that, so fuck them. So basically, so I think that you did it because she should have not been eaten by dogs.
She should have not been eaten by dogs. The reason that she was eaten by dogs is because men, even according to the Bible, which we're not going there, but according to the Bible, even then, men are afraid of women.
So
and I have spent my whole life fighting for some kind of justice.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I started having vivid flashbacks about was an Amish preacher literally standing up. And for those who don't know, I want you to envision this. It's like rows of Amish women in the kitchen and their little kids with them. Like the babies are always usually with the women most of the time during
every
the church
time
service.
Someone says Amish to me, I just think of Puritans from New England. That's where my brain goes.
Yeah,
like I cannot separate the two.
Well, no, it's not that. I promise you. It's not that. We would never go out and do Puritan things like kill indigenous people, but we would buy the land from them after they killed the indigenous people. But I digress. So then you have the living room.
It's benevolent racism.
I'm sorry. I like that term.
I love it. It's one of my favorite. I use it for like benevolent sexism, or like whenever it was like, oh well, we it wasn't as bad as those people. Like we're the good racists or the good sexists, and I'm like, no, you're not.
I don't feel like it's even benevolent. It's just as bad.
But they claim to be. That's why.
Yeah. So anyways, back to my little picture I'm trying to paint.
Sorry. Okay, I'll be quiet.
So
tell me the picture. I'm good.
It's a house, and there's the kitchen with the rows and rows of backless benches, and women are sitting on these benches with their babies and their kids. Yeah. And then there's the living room with the men and the boys. And in some communities, the girls will sit in the older girls that are like, they go with the girls. They'll sit in the back of the men. So the women typically would all face one way, but in the living room, they'd have it divided. So the men would be looking like they would be facing each other. And then the boys would sit on the back of the men on one side, and the older girls would sit on the back of the men on the other side. And in between the kitchen and the living room is where the preacher would stand, because there would be no pulpit. Yes, you heard right. We have a non-existent pulpit. I wish I could say he was preaching from the pulpit, but he wasn't. That's where he was preaching.
Is this common in Amish communities where there's...
It was common. All 5 Amish communities I lived in were like that. All of every Amish community I've ever visited, it was like that.
There's no church. There's like just a centralized area where your leaders...
There's one Amish community in Somerset County, PA, where they have meeting houses, but the rest of the older Amish communities, they typically have church in their homes, and they only have church every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, not every Sunday. We're not pretentious, holier than thou or worldly Christians having church every Sunday.
Oh, okay.
It's the by design.
You get every other Sunday. You can have that Sunday off. You still got to work.
No, we don't work on Sunday. It's called.
Oh, you don't work on Sundays. Okay, what do you do on Sundays?
That's an in-between Sunday. Well, I actually wrote about an in-between Sunday in this book.
Yeah, but I read it like a week ago.
I know. Like, it's so hard to remember. What do we do on in between Sunday? We might go visiting. We might, but in the mornings, typically we were required. I don't know if every family did this, but in the mornings, typically we were required to read some Bible verses, and sometimes we would sit around the kitchen table or in the living room, and we might talk about it a little bit. However, comma pause, that is not a universal thing.
Really?
Yes. And in the afternoons, like I said, we might go visiting. The women were still expected to cook all 3 meals. Like, we just weren't allowed to bake. So sometimes I intentionally bake on Sundays. By the way,
you can't bake.
We weren't allowed to bake on Sundays.
Oh, on Sundays.
But we could cook food.
Well, was it because treats were considered indulgent?
Well, we would make the treats before Sunday, so we would serve the desserts anyways.
Oh, then why can't? What kind of weird arbitrary rule is this? I could understand. Like, okay, listen, I could understand if they were like, hey, we're not going to do sugar on Sundays because that's an indulgent and it's God's day, and so we're like not going to do treats. Like, I could. It's dumb, but at least I could hear the explanation for it.
And some Sundays, on the in-between Sunday, we would have what we call the Fasttag, which is fasting day, and we would have to fast in the mornings. Yeah. Yeah.
Just the morning?
Just the morning.
Just the morning. So you just have a
we were not all pretentious like those holier than thou art people. And we didn't do like the Daniel fast or something. Like, we didn't typically do that. Like
so
we didn't do a 21 day
that you're having hallucinations.
No, that's just going too far. Like, that's pretentious. That's pretentious holiness, okay? Like, so it's prideful humility in the ritual, and you're more caught up in the ritual than you are in being an actual good person.
Okay, so if there's a ritual going on, you're
that's what
I'm so confused.
That's what fasting is. It's an observance. Anyways.
So, but you're still doing it for half the day. Like, you're doing it for half the day. Like it's so, like, you're still participating in it, man. Like, it's just like, well, it's not a full day. Like, I only did a little murder. I didn't do a full. Like, I only killed 1 person at the house. I didn't kill all 3. Like, you're still doing the thing, man.
Look, I didn't make the rules because women. I know.
I'm just doing what my brain usually does when I hear about religious rules, is that I try to logic it and I can't.
You can't logic this. I mean, like, could you really logic it? So going back to like why Jezebel's justice, because of the fact that the story of Jezebel is often used as a term. So this preacher was vividly describing, and I was a very small kid, but this preacher was vividly describing how Jezebel was eaten by the dogs, and they ate everything except her hands. And I knew I was a Jezebel. I knew that's what he was saying. I knew that was me.
How old are you?
Maybe between the ages, based on where we lived, I was between the ages of 5 and 7.
And you're a Jezebel.
Yeah, I knew
as a 5 to 7-year-old.
I knew that was me.
Yeah, well, but like I understand, but like when you're 5 to 7, like you're like I'm not going to fit in, and you know that this is about you, but I don't want you to have that thought. Like but
that was like what he was preaching.
Yeah, I know. It's just very toxic. Like, I'm glad that it's kind of like we took back queer. we were like this is our word, like you can't insult us, that like Jezebel. I'm like, yes I am.
You call me
Fuck
queer
you.
like it's a bad thing, but also you call me a Jezebel like
Right.
it's a bad thing.
Right.
Because nowadays there's Amish people that have said that I have a Jezebel spirit. People who were in Sins of the Amish have a Jezebel spirit. There's even plain Mennonites that have said that people who were in Sins of the Amish, they're no, not a Jezebel. Yeah. And some of them have said that, people who were in Sins of the Amish, they're wanton harlots. So
okay, well, I'm
okay.
reclaiming we're reclaiming the word trollop.
I'll be a harlot if that makes you
I'll be
feel
a harlot,
better.
but like trollop is
If
like
that-
the girl that's kind of a bitch and she cheats on her husband. So we're using that word trollop because I want to bring it back like oldie time words. Because trollop doesn't sound that bad. I'm like, you're a trollop.
Well, and that's part of it. It's like, well, you call me a Jezebel, but who was Jezebel really?
Right. Like
really
she was a woman of power.
She was a woman of power and you were threatened by that. That's the real problem. So every time somebody calls you a Jezebel, remember, you have power.
Okay.
You have power. And
right.
your power is something that threatens the patriarchy. Because typically people who are not threatened by the term Jezebel and who would never call somebody a Jezebel, like they have nothing to gain by doing so. They would never call you that. But people who are threatened by women who have power, by women who have owned their voices, and even AFAB bodies, by the way, but people who are threatened by that, they're threatened because those women are not helpless. You're not helpless. And for me, the justice is in me getting to speak the way that I want to.
Right. And I think that's an important distinction. That and also too, there was I don't remember that, it's been a while since I read a Bible. But there was an implication also too that Jezebel was promiscuous. And I'm like, wasn't she married? I'm like, where's the supporting evidence? I mean, like, she was just basically like, hey, I'm gonna get some shit done. The Israelites are not gonna like it.
The problem is she got shit done. So like if somebody's calling you a Jezebel, is the problem really that you're getting shit done?
Right.
Like you're getting things done. That's
like, I don't know why, like in like cultures it's been associated with like something that's sexually promiscuous, like, and I don't like the term sexually promiscuous, but that's their envisioning of that word, which is, I don't know how, I think they just started using it as slander and then it just kind of stuck.
It's because they're justifying the inhumane treatment of women.
Right. Yeah.
And they have to find a way to make themselves feel better. So they jump through mental hoops. Like they do all these gymnastics just to make themselves feel better. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're just like Jezebel because Jezebel was promiscuous. But it's this narrative that they build, not even based on factual things or whatever we do know, according to the Bible. Like it's insane to me.
I think it's because I know some biblical, not all of it, but I know some biblical history that I'm like, well, it's really this story. And then they're like, no, like, and I'm like, you don't understand context, man. But listen, I keep putting unrealistic expectations for people to know all about their religion before they start arguing with me. I am sorry.
Woman.
You should know better than I do.
Well, I mean, I do expect people. I'm to the point in my life where I'm like, okay, so I expect people to inform themselves. If you want to interview me, you should know a little bit about me.
Right.
Maybe I'm a terrible person for this, but
I would appreciate. The reason why I was like, I told you I would read your book, and again, this is the thing. I did read it, but did it retain because of the ADHD?
Well, that's
it's
fair, but
it's very hard for me to like. I remember like the vibe of the book and the feelings that I got, but it's very hard. Like I really appreciated what you said about people of color and relating that back to how we treat one another. Like, so I really appreciate that. And I also talk about mourning and grieving for your past self, but also that's part of the healing process, you know? So like, I remember those things, but if you're like, unless I highlight it and go back to it, which I'm not going to do because the ADHD. So like, I like to be honest. I read it. Will I retain specific information? No, but I will retain the things that I remember are the things that made an emotional impact. Like the, you know, your empathy, talking about healing, you know, your inner child and grieving that part of yourself, how your relationship with others, that's what I'm going to remember, because I know those are parts of you. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hi, honey. So I want to express that to you. Like, I did read it, but I pick up vibes, not details. That's the way my mind works.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Like, we always remember how people's words impacted us.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to put unrealistic expectations, because it's just the way I will read something and I'm like, wow, I really like that statement, and then 2 minutes later I'm like, oh, I have a text, and then I'm like, pretty bird. So, it's the way it works.
I relate.
Yeah, I know, but I love you. I think you are amazing. Well, and like, we've been friends a while now, and I think you are a amazing person, Lang. I like the way that you advocate and push back, and you don't put up with anybody's shit. It's something that I really I'm like marrying. Like, she's not gonna. They will tear you down. They will.
I had a very interesting podcast experience, because it was a different podcast, but going back to the requiring people to know a little bit, like, I don't think you have to read the book specifically, but thank you for reading it. It does mean a lot. And thank you for sharing your perspective. But if somebody I don't know contacts me, I ask them to go read my books, any of them, because I already know that some people really are not a good fit for me to talk to.
I ask people to come on the show, and I look them up. Like, I've had people contact me to be on my show, and I go look up their information and find out what they're about before I say yes. Because there are some people, I'm like, I like free thinkers and open minds, but some people have so many open minds that their brains have fallen out. I got a couple of those. So, and I'm like, because you look like, but I understand, like, you would want someone to take the time to get to know about who you are before they would be like, hey, come on our podcast. Yeah. Just crazy.
I've done enough podcasts to know that about myself. Like, there's enough information out there.
Yeah.
You can find many different things that I've talked about if you go look.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I'm not really talking about, the crimes, whatever. I'm really just here to talk to Helen, because Helen's my friend. I would never come here if you weren't my friend. I'm not even playing.
Because we're busy people, but because there's a very they're like, okay, so you went, okay, we're going to talk about that you went to a Catholic church. So let's talk about, let's compare religion. Because you dropped that bomb, and I was like, oh, I want to hear about an Amish girl
But first, can I tell you why it says for rebellious and disobedient folks?
Yes.
My stepfather is quoted in a 2004 newspaper article, April 10, 2004, calling me disobedient. And he always said I was rebellious.
You were just, that's how you knew when you were 5. You were like, I am not going to last here. This is all bull. Like, if you know at 5 years old, you're like, I cannot be obedient.
Yeah, well, anyway, so that's why.
It says you do. Why?
And the reason it says poetry and prayers is because clearly those prayers are so holy.
Oh yeah, very holy. I feel.
Did you feel divinely?
I feel overcome with the Holy Spirit.
Divinely inspired, right? It was.
Her name is Lilith.
Lilith rose up and greeted you. Which
right.
prayer? Which prayer invoked Lilith? Was it?
It was. I'll tell you.
Oh my God.
An honest woman.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I will read it.
Yes.
An honest woman. A reading by Helen Green, written by Mary Byler. An honest woman is married at the right age, has children conceived and born within the sanctity of marriage, within her changed last name to reflect her husband's claim, Mrs. Such and Such, it isn't much. But when you look at them all, the removal of autonomy isn't small. It is a combination of the acts that we begin to see the facts. How control of a woman's body remove her autonomy if she does not comply. She's dishonest, they cry. And what if every step toward autonomy, embracing her authenticity, accepting her validity, creates a space where she can be free? So I, as a feminist, I was like, I love that. And it invokes some Lilith energy. So there you go.
I feel very touched by that.
I love that. Was my favorite. So,
well, that was one of my favorites.
It was great.
I obviously wrote some really.
You were a very good writer.
I mean.
So I'm sorry. I'm just having a moment. We're having a friendship moment.
Thank you.
I love you.
I think the one piece that I would like for everybody to read is called Holy Cry. And the reason
it's hot. It's tight. Like it makes my chest feel tight. Yeah.
What would you say if I told you that every single Amish race woman that has read that piece that came back and told me what they felt? They told me they cried because that's exactly how it is.
Like it's very like, as someone that's grown up in religion, but it wasn't fundamentalist.
It was different.
Yeah, it was just different. Well, like I had more of a secular life. I had more of a balance. I had other information that I got access to as a child. And I consider myself actually privileged the more and more people I talk to in these spaces, because they didn't get the same upbringing that I do, that I got, because I went through some shit, but my parents didn't shun me. I had a relationship up to when my dad died. I have a relationship still with my mother. They know I'm not religious, and they're like, we don't care. We love you. That's always the thing. Yeah, that's always the thing. And when I hear stories like this, I'm like, wow. I'm like, I am so sorry. And I'm like, can I be your new mom? So because I can punch your mom in the face for not loving you the way that
you'd have to dig her up from the
person grave. I am.
You'd have to dig her up from the grave.
Okay, well, I will dig her up for it. I'll bitch slap her. I'll bury her again. I'm like, you
good luck.
I told off moms before I can do it again.
But here's the point, though, is like the holy crying piece, there's a Jezebel piece, and then it's an honest woman. And I put those in that order because I wanted women who read it to have something to follow up with that is maybe a little less like making you feel like you're going to choke in your sleep.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. I think also, because I thought like an honest woman was very empowering. So,
yes.
I haven't related to the holy crying as much. I didn't. I didn't go through the same sort of grief and existential feelings when I left religion and questioning everything and having to deal with like, PTSD and certain types of trauma and all the fun stuff.
All the really fun
I was
stuff.
like, this is all bullshit. I was just done because it was a death of a thousand cuts, but it was eventually, I was like, I don't have any justification for any of my beliefs. I'm just going to keep saying, I don't know, man. I'm like, we could all be in the Matrix. I don't know.
But see, with that being said, like one of the things that I did, you wanted to talk about the Catholic Church.
And excuse me. Dave.
Excuse me? Man, you're needy. Okay.
No, Dave does that in every Dave. Like, fuck you, Dave. You're a needy bitch. You're a needy bitch because Mary says so.
But anyway, no. So once upon a time, my friend Carrie wanted to take me to a Catholic mass. This is like many moons ago.
Okay.
This is more than 20 years
Catholic,
ago.
let's go.
When I tell you that I went into that church service going, okay, so there's an actual church building. Well, this is different. And then
wait a minute, hold on. How'd you end up going to a Catholic church?
This is after I escaped.
Oh, this is after you left. Okay. I'm like, no Amish person was gonna be like, let's go see the Catholic.
Anyways, so I go to this Catholic service. Okay, my Amish is showing. Anyways, I go to this Catholic service. I can't speak. And I get in there, and they have these wooden benches, the pews, and they have like backs on them. And I'm like, oh, that's strange. And then they have these strange little ledges on the back of the pews, and I'm like, what's that for? and then this whole thing happens, and like the priest is all talking in another language, and I'm like, oh, so that's what it's like for Amish people that don't understand High German because they failed in German in school when they hear the preachers reading from our High German Bible. No, I have an Amish history book that literally
no, I'm not saying that.
Literally traces like the backgrounds of Amish people all the way back to Constantine.
Okay. It's not that. No, it's not that. That wasn't what I was responding to. It's that you went to a mass in another language. What? Because
no, like it was in Latin. Like
I was in Latin. Usually, wow, that is not common anymore.
It was. Mind you, this is many years ago.
No,
too.
Even in the 80s.
Anyways,
it was not common.
Anyways, it was.
Anyway, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, girl. Go ahead.
It was just weird. Because, when we did the whole kneeling thing and we had to kneel on the little ledge, I was like, oh, so they do actual kneeling prayers. Just Amish people do kneeling prayers. Like when we pray in church, we actually kneel over our benches. But we don't have little handy dandy little things or backs on our benches. We just have backless wooden benches, and we just get up, turn around, and kneel over our benches. And sometimes during the long prayer, you might fall asleep. Don't ask me how I know.
You didn't fall over.
No, you're literally on the bench. You can just take a little nap while they're praying. Anyways,
how long is a typical church service for the Amish?
The ones that I was part of, they were typically about 3 to 3.5 hours, unless it was their special church services. Twice a year, we would have what we call the Anningsmeet and Grossmeet. And Anningsmeet, which is a rules church, it was when the church congregation would vote on the passing of the new letter of rules that the bishop wrote. Don't even get me started. But anyways, that one would run about 6 hours.
What?
And then Grossmeet that translates to big church, but what it actually was is communion church. And in communion church, we actually did feet washing and the holy kiss. That is the only time that I ever practiced a holy kiss, and it was just with the person next to me, which was somebody around my same age. It wasn't an adult. It wasn't like
what is a holy kiss?
Like it was on the cheek.
So
we would do the whole.
I honestly don't know what that is.
Feet washing ritual. So there was a bread and the wine. Okay, and we had special bread that was made for communion church. Oh my God, the special holy bread. Don't even get me started. And the deacon would come around and they would give like each person, they had 1 cup for the wine. We had actual wine. Yes. And then everybody would get bread and wine, and then they had tubs with towels.
The
tubs with water. They would like pass them along, 2-person. Like they would just send the tubs and the water and the towels around, and everybody washed their feet in the same dirty water, and everybody drank out of the same 1 cup, and everybody ate from the same loaf of bread. Totally didn't feel holier, but sure. I mean, I still wonder, isn't that like cannibalism? Like, isn't that based on a cannibalistic ritual?
Yes, it is.
I digress, though.
I want to point out, I'm not gonna I was making faces about the bread, but the thing is, though, is that like when there was wine, everybody would drink out of the same goblet, but they would just wipe the rim with like a napkin. I'm like, that's not sanitary. But when you're like, when you're like, 14, you're not really thinking about it when you're making your first confirmation, but then I noticed like when especially like in my early 20s when I was still going to church, they moved over to paper cups.
But here's
and gave everybody individual paper cups.
But here's the thing though, Helen. I didn't participate in that.
Oh, that's what you did
until I was baptized when I was 17. And then once you wash the person's feet, then you switch places, and then they wash your feet, and then you shake hands, and then you give a holy kiss on the cheeks.
Did we know that feet was used as a euphemism for genitals in the Bible? Amish people.
We're not even going to talk about it. Don't worry. It's the ultimate.
Oh no!
It's the ultimate OF. The ultimate toe.
Yeah, 6 hours. Like listen. Okay.
But I have literally went to a girls' meet that went from like 9 o'clock in the morning until like 4:30 p.m.
What are you doing all day? What are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, I was sitting on the bench sleeping. Thank you. And chewing gum.
That's why you were a Jezebel, because you like naps.
I mean, but we were supposed to be listening to the preaching. There's
but he's boring. Nap time is better.
And the other thing about the Catholics, they have these chants that they do that really, really come close to Amish church singing.
That's why you have, what is your bishop? I have a Gregorian chants. Like, I love me a Gregorian chant. I love, I don't care. I'm sorry, people, like old Catholic Gregorian chants, take me back there, and my brain's just like, I remember this. I love this shit. Like, you'll give me a listen to Oh Holy Night at Christmas time. Hell yeah. I love that jam, and I have no shame.
Well, and I still love Gregorian chants.
I love it. There's some stuff in my Catholic background.
But here's the thing: is like Amish typically have like different ways of singing. Our church singing would be, we would have a song leader.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Mark. It was named after the Apostle Paul because Paul was such a. Never mind. We're not going to talk about Paul. We're not going to talk about Paul. There's a reason I didn't want to talk about Paul.
This is how we talk about Paul. He wanted to get his dick wet. He couldn't get it done, so he said nobody else can do it, and he made everybody celibate. The end. Anyway, go ahead.
I just don't want to talk about Paul. Anyways.
All right, okay, go back to the Catholic Mass. Let's go talk about
so there's these Gregorian chants, and so I enjoy that, but there's different types of singing that we had, and a lot of our singing, because we were what they called lower Amish, even though we were older Amish, we were also considered lower Amish. So we have Amish people talk about each other like okay, so for example, we would talk about the Lancaster Amish and we would say they are the higher Amish.
So the Lancasters.
Yeah, they are the higher Amish.
Higher.
And then the
So
Lancaster
are they the
Amish.
Are they the Lannisters? Are they the Lannisters in the Game of Thrones universe? and because there's high Valerian and low Valerian about like okay, I'm going to talk about a fantasy novel. But there's a high Valerian language where we're supposed to speak like the upper crust, and then there was low Valerian that came later and was spoken by like more common people. So that's how they distinguish the language. I'm like, it's the same fucking language.
But see, like even in Lancaster, you'll have, first off, I don't speak Lancaster dialect. Thank you very much. I'm from the Midwest. Very, very much appreciated. You're welcome. But even there, like I've been told and informed by people from those communities that once you go across a certain line, the Amish that are north of that line, they're higher, and the Amish that are south of that line, they're lower.
Oh,
like you have all
literally
a line factions. We don't just judge the world; we judge each other too.
Listen, like this people this line, they lower because they're south. They're south.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, so I
okay. So the German though, like, isn't it all the same German? Like because like there's bastardized French, there's like Parisian French, which originally comes from Europe, and then French Canadian. It is the same French, but you know how language evolves over time. You end up with your own dialect. You're influenced by other cultures, so it shifts and changes over time, right?
So my ancestors came to America in 1737. I know who got which one. His name was Jacob Byler, and he got off the boat in 1737, and he went to Philadelphia, PA. By the way, and Byler for him was spelled Beiler.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me started.
I don't know.
On that.
I know I have ancestors that came here, but it was the King generation. It was Mayflower, but not Mayflower, like around the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so the thing is we kept speaking our mother tongue because we were Swiss German, and because of how long we've been in America, because we've been in America since then for sure. Now we have a specific dialect, and they call it Pennsylvania German. A lot of people call it Pennsylvania Dutch, the Pennsylvania Dutch. That's how we would say it, Dutch.
So is it okay? So here's my follow-up question to that.
Within the different types, the different factions of Amish, if you will, I lived in 5 settlements. The settlements that I lived in Pennsylvania, 2 of them spoke very similar to each other. The third one spoke different from every other Amish settlement I ever lived in. And
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, honey. Yay! I love my Steve. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
And they rolled their R's more. Like there's certain words that even if there's an R there, we don't really pronounce the R.
Oh, it's like being in Boston.
Yeah, it's like that.
Like Harvard, yeah, Ka. Like I don't do it so much anymore that I don't live in New England, but I know when someone is.
Well, for example, one word in that settlement we would say Kara, and in other settlements we would say Kiata.
Or car? Would you say Kara?
Kara, no, Kara, Kiata. Kara,
Kata with a T sound
instead
of Kata, like a D.
Yeah.
Kata.
Ka,
like the K sound. Ka. Duh. Kata.
Kata.
Oh, but with the AH. Kada.
Or you say Sech the Ki Kata. Which means like Sech.
Sech.
De.
Watch Helen struggle with words. Everybody, Chetch,
Setch.
Setch. Everybody's screaming at me in the chat. Setch.
Key.
Cata. Chetch.
Versus Setch.
Key. I'm giving up.
So the point is they can have very distinctive dialects. Like you can sometimes tell kind of like what region somebody's from just by the dialect that they speak. In the same token, when you wonder why I don't have the Amish dialect that Lancaster County Amish often have, it's because I'm not from there. It's not mine.
Right.
For real. But with that being said, going back to the Gregorian chants, I love them. I love that type of singing. I love I just feel like it does something for me. It's good for me. It
itches a part of my brain that I can't describe, but it like, I don't know, it just hits that emotional neuron that I like, that I'm like, I like it when it's itched. So when you went to, I do have a follow-up. I do have a follow-up question about going to the Catholic Mass. Okay, so you went. Okay, one, when you went to the Mass, what happened during communion?
Oh, I wasn't interested in it. I don't think I participated.
You can't take communion because you have not been baptized within the Catholic Church. You can't take it.
But that's another weird thing is like when they do their little bread and crackers thing. Like, okay, well, first
crackers
off,
and backwash, everybody.
Those are all less they're fake, okay? They're pretend that is the body.
They're pretend cannibalism, everybody. We're doing real cannibalism over here.
But I mean,
that's not a flex, guys.
I just, oh my God. It was one of the most eye-opening things for me ever to experience. And I was like, well, this explains where Amish people got the Gregorian chants. This explains where they got the kneeling prayers. This explains where they got doing their sermons in other languages. But really, it's still like German, even though we speak
It's almost
German.
Like there's a bunch of Catholics in Germany.
Almost.
What?
Almost. I'm just saying, it's almost like that.
It's almost like that.
Almost. If you didn't know anything.
Because there's nothing new under the sun, guys.
It's the same old thing. I was like, yeah, I'm never going back. I have never went.
Even
the only time I stepped foot in another Catholic church is when somebody passed away that was close to me and they were buried in a Catholic cemetery.
Oh, okay.
That is the only time. And other than that, I stay away from Catholic churches.
You should.
I'll do a hot mess pass. But
now you do not. You can stay away from the church. I recommend everybody stay away from the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
You don't want to go there. It is silly.
You really don't.
It's a bad time. There will not be. There will be no lemon pound cake.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna make a lemon pound cake tomorrow.
I know you have to.
And then I'm gonna send you. And then I'm gonna send you a picture of it.
Yes, I was gonna just say. Mary, send me your picture of your lemon pound cake you're gonna make tomorrow. I'm making a lemon blueberry cheesecake for my kid for their birthday. So. So.
See, I really need a lemon pound cake because I feel like I have been inspired by Afro Man.
Like, okay, like if you all do not know what's going on with Afro Man right now, like, okay, I'm like, dude, okay, please, greatest house in 2022. Okay, he's at home, but it's not a security system, and he's like, why are these motherfuckers in my house? And then like, and also he had a lemon pound cake on the table. They were like, they specifically paused.
It was literally in a glass cake display plate. Like the kind
Obviously,
of
it's
display
terrorist.
plate that we would have put on the wedding tables, okay?
Mhm. Yep.
Like, but anyways.
So the cops go in. So, and what was even better, so he's like, okay, well, they broke down his front door and they caused some property damage. And he's like, well, I'm a rapper. And he wrote songs about police raid, raise money. And he made the police woman cry. And I did not care. And he won. He won in court. And that they have to pay for fucking damages to his home and emotional damages, which I was like, fuck yes. So,
well, it's not even just damages to his home. They also took his money.
Yeah, they also took his money.
His money was short. Did you see the recording
yes,
of
it
that?
was short.
Oh my god! And they're like on the
she was short.
They were like, yes, they did not admit to taking the money. But they said it was short. They said it on the news. And then he came out with this other song, like, you know the song, Mine Eyes Have Seen the Glory of the Coming of the Lord. He did a parody of that. It is pure gold.
I'm going to have to look that up later. I'll bring me joy. Okay.
Oh my God.
So listen,
it is so good.
Like, this is why I'm like, get everything on tape, get everything recorded. Because guess what? You'd be like, here. Like, I have eyes.
And then he's like, my proof is on the internet. And I'm like, oh my God.
It is.
Oh my God.
So for those of you who are not familiar, he did the song Because I Got High. All of you know that song if you're in this audience. So here we are.
I know that song.
Yes, everybody knows that song. It's a great song. If you have not heard it, shame on you. Go change your life.
Listen to it. But also you should go listen to Lemon Pound Cake.
I'm gonna listen about Lemon Pound Cake. Like, oh my God. I just love I love a burn. I love a burn that like a mic drop, but also comes with damages. Like, hello. Like, thank you.
Well, I love a lemon pound cake, but I haven't made one in a while. And so this whole thing is just a reminder of how delightful lemon pound cake is. And also, I about fell over when the sheriff is like, people sent him all hundreds of lemon pound cakes. This is in a jury trial. This is in a jury trial. And then they brought up WAP. No, they brought up WAP by Cardi B on the stage.
He brought up WAP? Why?
They brought up WAP.
Because I looked over about the lemon pound cake and that it was short and stuff like that, but I didn't get to Cardi B.
No, like they had a witness on the stand that was one of the cops' ex-wives, and she's a kindergarten teacher, not a kindergarten, she's a teacher. Okay.
Right.
I don't remember what kind of teacher, but she is a teacher and she works with kids.
Okay.
And so, like, the lawyer's like, oh, have you ever heard of a song called WAP by Cardi B? Y'all, it is gold. If you haven't seen these clips, you gotta go watch it.
I kind of love it now. Have you heard this? Yes.
I'm like, hold up. This is like Afro Man went into the courtroom and was like, hello. Oh,
hello.
You thought?
And that person probably heard about that song like on Ben Shapiro when we found out that he can't make his wife wet.
We're not going to talk about that.
Just saying.
But yeah, that was the most comedic relief.
I love that will bring me joy. I will watch that and it will bring me so much joy. Because fuck. I need it.
I feel like I can relate to what Afro Man is doing, because Afro Man is basically saying, you did these things, I want you held accountable, and my proof is on the internet.
Right.
He said my proof is on the internet. I'm like, oh my God.
Y'all, the internet is forever. The internet's in fear. There's someone at CIA that if you took a dick pic, somebody else saw it. That's the risk you gotta do if you're putting stuff on the internet. So keep in mind that if you're gonna be an asshole, it's gonna be, and if somebody's got a camera, it's gonna be on the internet.
Oh my God. And then he showed up in court in that ridiculous suit. And
I
was
loved
like,
it. Oh my God.
Oh my God. He was like, it's my right as an American.
This is the thing. I'm like, I hate it when MAGA wears like fucking American flags. When an Afro man wore it, I was like, hell yes. Hell the fuck. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
And I made the statement when he said, is my right as an American through freedom of speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have a right as an American to freedom of speech. And sometimes when we exercise our right to freedom of speech, just like in an honest woman, when I talk about the empowerment and embracing your authenticity, when you embrace your power of speech and that freedom of speech, you can really make a difference. You really can.
Yeah, it's and it's just, and you find a way to do it, and you find your own little way to do it, because if you're saying like, it's not going to matter if one person hears you. Mm-hmm. If one person's here, you made a difference. If someone says, "Oh, I can do better. I can be better. Oh, I can relate to the story," then you're doing the Lord. You're doing Jezebel's
holy work.
You're doing Jezebel's work, everybody.
Jezebel. Oh, yeah. My hero.
You're doing Jezebel's work.
And Lilith.
Yeah, or Lilith. Yes. Yeah. So I'm like, because that's, I think people like obviously, like, I do this because I want to talk to different people and their experiences, and I want to like be like, hey, put this out on the internet. You should listen to people, and maybe in 100 years, when I am a tree, I'll be a tree when I die. Some weird little queer person that's, grew up in some kind of bad idea. It doesn't have to be religion, just grew up with some bad ideas. Hear someone say like, you're going to be okay, and you have more strength than you know. And I'm like, okay, and I might never even meet this person. That's why you do it.
Sometimes you have to do things because it's the right thing to do. That doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. But what do you do that allows you to look at yourself in the mirror every day without hating yourself, without feeling like you're failing yourself and future generations? What do you do? And for you, it sounds like what you're doing is recording these conversations that you're having with people, because that's something that allows you to look at yourself in the mirror with maybe an ounce of pride or love or compassion.
Well, this year I'm going to be doing both. I'm going to do interviews, and I'm also going to be focusing on mental health, especially in parasocial and social psychology. I think that we need to end trauma and how we respond to knowing the education trauma and how it affects the body and the brain, and how we can recognize that what our triggers are. And I'm not talking like big triggers, like you're automatically defensive towards someone because you perceive a tone wrong, because someone's pressing on a wound that they don't know they're pressing on. So how do we become aware of those things? So I'm going to be doing some educational videos, I think. So
yeah.
Because that's where that's the stuff I know. I know social psychology and I know trauma. So like, I'm not like, I haven't got officially a degree, but if I were going to go through classical like college and do it again, I would like pass with all A's. Like,
good for you. That's pretty amazing. I think so.
Yeah, but I still want to do this because I think the conversation is part of that. Hearing people's stories is so important.
Well, I think one of the things that really always strikes me about having conversations with different people is that we all have different perspectives. And when we have these conversations, it helps us understand ourselves better, but it also helps us feel connected to other people. And it helps other people feel connected to us. And it may help that person feel like they're being seen and heard.
Right. And that's the most important thing. Like, because you do a very specific, okay, to be fair, I didn't know a whole lot of stuff about the Amish until I became friends with you. I just thought there were these weirdos that had horse and buggies and had barn raisings and didn't use technology. And I was like, okay, I don't know. They make really good food though, because I have to say, fucking like the Amish and the Mennonites that live in my area, they have like because Sarasota has one of the biggest Mennonite communities in the United States. And they have a bakery and Yoder's, which is some
I'm aware.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. Their food is amazing. I am sorry. I don't care. It's so good. I love me some Yoder's. I will take people that come visit me. I'm like, we have to go to Yoder's. You need to go have some pie.
Well, for your information, last fall I took my child to an Amish style restaurant.
Oh yeah.
It was interesting.
Okay. So
Let's just say my child's feedback was, I don't know what's wrong with these mashed potatoes, but they're not good. I expected more. There were a few things, like they had sausage, like bashed and sauerkraut, sausage and sauerkraut. That was, oh my God, like that was literally disgusting. I was so disappointed. I was like, y'all, if you're gonna sell Amish food, like at least make like the tasty Amish food. Give it some flavor, for Pete's sake.
I don't know. I like a lot. Like I really like it. I don't know. Like,
I'm not saying it's Yoder's. It was a different place.
No,
I'm not saying which place. I'm not even saying which state. I'm just saying my child was heavily disappointed. Okay. Oh, and we couldn't even find the graham cracker crumbs in the graham cracker pudding. So I just want you to know that I have been less.
That has not happened.
I have been less than impressed with many of the Amish style restaurants.
Their meat, like I don't like meatloaf at all, and their meatloaf is banging. Like it is some, and I don't like meatloaf at all.
I love like the real meatloaf.
Yeah, this is like.
But I usually make it. And then I make a little sauce on top of it. See, here's the problem. This is what my kid said. The problem is, Mom, I grew up with your cooking, and your cooking typically has like seasonings in it. Because, I was taught to cook and to season things like you have to season it until your ancestors whisper from beyond the grave, stop. That's when you know it's enough.
So that's why, because it has flavor, because I'm very picky about food, because Todd cooks and I grew up in a house with cooks, and he grew up in a house with cooks, and we're very particular about our food. I'm like I don't, if it has a lot of salt, I'm usually disappointed. Then you did something wrong with the natural flavors, and you don't know how to season if you're using all so much fucking salt, man.
Oh my God. So what I'm hearing is you're telling me I need to come visit you so you can take me to Yoder's.
I will take you to Yoder's, and then
I will write an honest review.
This bitch.
Whenever I save up enough,
and we're gonna have their chicken's really good, but my favorite thing is their blueberry pie. It is orgasm worthy, and their cheesecake and their pumpkin cheesecake during the fall is the shit. It's so good. And I can't eat meatloaf anymore because it's meat's an inflammatory, and it's not good for my nervous system for pain. But I usually will get their fried chicken if I go there. But I like every time I go, and they make their mashed potatoes from scratch, and it's so fucking good. I have standards.
Their fried chicken, is it breaded or battered or not?
It's battered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It does not have the skin.
I know exactly which kind of chicken it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I will say this. Amish people do know how to make chicken.
It's so good. It's so good. But they get like, okay, you'll order like a quarter, but they get these fucking chickens that are like so huge that you're like, oh my God, what is going on with these chickens? Like you feel bad for the chicken because like this poor chicken was probably not able to move, like with all the fucking meat that's on it. And you're just like, I don't know what they're getting these chickens. I'm not sure if what they're feeding these chickens is okay for me to ingest, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But it's really good. That's why you only go like when you have friends come visit, and then you take them into your special place.
I'm hearing that you want me to come visit. That's what
I
I'm
do.
hearing.
I would love for you. We could go to the biggest Mennonite community.
I don't want to go to the look. Me and the Mennonites got beef. But
okay,
I would go to.
Okay,
I would
I
go
want
to
you to explain. I'm gonna go refill my drink. But why I do that? You're going to explain to the people what is the difference between Amish and Mennonite.
I actually wrote a whole book. I co-authored a whole book with somebody that was raised Mennonite. It's called "We're Not Wrong, You Are," and that can perhaps put it better into words than I can. But to give a brief summary, in 1693, the Anabaptists had come together and they were debating the Articles of Confession, the Confessions of Faith, the Dordrecht Articles of Confession. And the faction that was with a man named Jacob Ammon, they did not believe that the current Anabaptists were practicing shunning correctly, among other things, but it was a large part like based in shunning, the shunning policy and how it was being enforced. They split over that in 1693. That's when that started. Jacob Ammon led the group that is now formally known as the Amish. And there are many, many, many different kinds of Amish, and there's Mennonites, and there's many different kinds of Mennonites. But then there's also another group called Amish Mennonites, and they incorporate culture, traditions, and theology from both groups. But one of the big things that I specifically know is that some Mennonites still use the Dordrecht Confessions of Faith, and many of them do not. They have a different confessions of faith articles that they use, and so it's very different. Mennonite culture tends to be very different from Amish culture in many ways. While there are similarities because we're both Anabaptist groups, we're not the same. And if you really want to understand that, it also boils down to the way that we talk to each other. In my experience, culturally, the way that Amish people talk to each other, like if we tend to be more direct, versus sometimes I read something that's sent to me from a Mennonite, and it's like, or a non-practicing Mennonite, and it's like, okay, so I can summarize this into 2 sentences, but you wrote me 5 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Like culturally, we are not the same. We have different norms, even right, like the Mennonites. I don't know of a single Mennonite group that has church in their homes.
No, the Mennonite community in Sarasota has a hall. I've driven by it many times.
The point. And their practices can vary. There are still Mennonites that are called older Mennonites, and there are some Mennonites that drive horses and buggies, and they speak PA German, or they speak Plattdeutsch. There's also the Russian Mennonites, and there's I believe they're also known as Old Colony Mennonites, and then there's Kleingemeinde Mennonites. Like there's all these different factions of Mennonites, but I don't really know a lot about Mennonites.
Yeah, like
what I can tell you,
okay,
is that we even talk to each other differently, and Amish and Mennonites have been beefing for over 300 years. Like When my aunt left, my aunt and her husband left the old order Amish church and they went and joined the Mennonite church. And then they came back to visit us. Like the way we talked about them. Why is she even wearing that head covering? You know, it's so small. She might as well not even have it on.
Wow.
Like,
is that slut shaming? It's critical.
This is
but, but I'm like, is that slut shaming?
Yeah, this is the Mean Girls Amish edition.
It's Mean Girls. It's Mean Girls. It's Mean Girls Amish edition.
Yes, this is the Mean Girls Amish edition. But that's the thing is like, okay, so Rosanna and I co-wrote this book, and she was Mennonite and I was Amish. And what we did is this kind of like conversational in nature. But I think it can give people the broader perspective of what I mean. Because Rosanna did not grow up speaking PA German. She did not. There are some, there are some similarities, but there's also some very different things. Like at one point, she writes about, those Amish women with their red dresses, and I'm like, but Rosanna, hold up, before you talk about those Amish women with their red dresses. Only certain types of Amish women wear red dresses. And we know that those Amish are so high, we don't even affiliate with them. Like our church factions wouldn't affiliate with that faction of Amish because they're too high. And we just don't think they lost their way.
All right.
They've lost the Amish way.
You said red Amish woman, and my brain went immediately to the
Handmaid's Tale. There's Amish women that wear red dresses.
I know, but like my brain immediately went to the Handmaid's Tale because like every time I look at that fashion design, I'm like, are we going to go Amish in Gilead? Because like that is not a look I will pull off.
I swear to God, no, absolutely not. You can put me in the ground before I wear no.
So, but like, okay, because you know Amish fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you told me you told me that this outfit that you're wearing and this and on the front would be considered scandalous.
In the community of origin that I come from. Yes, this is scandalous.
I don't know how. Other than the fact you have a cinch waist.
No, that's an apron.
Oh, that's an apron. Oh, I thought you had a cinch waist. It looks because it's a similar color. It looked like you had a cinch waist. So I'm like, that was the only thing I could think of.
Let me tell you why this is scandalous.
Okay, tell me.
One, we were not allowed to have puffy sleeves. That's one. Two.
Was that considered vanity?
That's the higher Amish. Like I almost look like a Mennonite now.
Higher Amish is higher Amish.
Because they got high.
Higher Amish have puffs on their sleeves. I love it.
And then this cape. Hold on. The covering isn't tied. So the top isn't tied. And this is not a bonnet, it's a cup. Okay? There's a difference. But whatever. It's not tied. One of the strings hanging over the back is even worse. If you do both strings, you're really wild.
Wait, this is so
the hair?
Yeah,
the covering string. One of the strings hanging over the back, that makes you really wild. Okay?
Wow, you whore.
The hair.
What?
It's not parted and there's too much hair showing. Also, it's dyed.
I'm sorry, what?
It's dyed.
What?
I dyed my hair. You can see.
So you dyed your hair, and that would be vanity.
Also, this part that we call the featherdale, which I don't know how to translate that, but this part of the cop is too wide for my community of origin. These folds, well, the folds in the very back, you can't really see it, but the folds, they go two ways.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of see it a little bit, but really there's folds on the pleats on the back of this covering, and they go 2 ways, and we weren't allowed to have those on our white coverings because that's just laziness. Really. I mean, I don't think that was the real excuse, but there was yeah. I haven't even started on the dress yet.
I know. I'm like, these are too many rules. I would lose, my ADHD self would lose their mind. I would fail so hard.
Do you see my tattoo peeking out?
Well, I mean, your mom told you were scandalous because you wore jeans. So a tattoo is just like, well,
the next step. So you can't really see it on the camera, but the pins I used they were sewing pins, and so they had colored heads.
So you can't have colored heads on your sewing pins.
And they're straight pins, but yes. So I used the wrong kind of pins on this whole outfit.
What?
I used the wrong kind of pins on this whole outfit.
Again, I'm gonna fail so hard. Like if we have the Handmaid's Tale future, I'm going to fail.
And then the skirt on this dress is we would have said it's too eng, which means it's too narrow, and it shapes my body too much because the skirt isn't wide enough to flow. I just want you to know. And then the belt on the apron is too wide. We weren't.
It's too wide?
It's a quarter of an inch
it's more
wider.
fabric.
It's a quarter of an inch wider than what we were allowed to have. And then
Mary, there's too many rules.
The collar on the dress isn't the style of collar we were allowed to have. It's a little low on my neck, which you can't really see. But these are the reasons why this outfit is scandalous. I should make an OF.
Oh my God.
Oh, and the length of the dress too. It's a little long on me because that also makes it look even more shapely. And so you can't have your dress too long and you can't have it too short.
How do you know when it's the correct length?
They actually gave us a length. Our dresses were supposed to be 8 inches from the floor.
But people have different heights. So you just
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And when women got pregnant and their dresses fit differently, they would have to remake dresses sometimes or alter them to make sure they were still.
Fuck that. Fuck all of that. Well,
Yeah.
It must be okay. So you have to make the clothes. You're making your own clothes. You're doing all the cooking, all the cleaning. I'm going to assume finances.
No, actually, finances that can vary
depending on who's better with money.
Family type of person, community type of Amish you are, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. So it varies, but it varies by community.
Community type of Amish you are, and what family you're in.
So, and your family, and what was their very distinct roles of who could do what?
Anytime my oven spent any money, she had to give an accounting of the money that she spent.
I'm sorry, what? I can't. Again, I'm trying to make it make sense, and I'm failing.
If we went to the Walmart and we bought $55.03 worth of stuff, there better be a receipt showing everything she bought. And when she was a widow, she was responsible. When our house burned down, they had a committee, the church had a committee of men, and she had to do the same thing for those men. They gave her a stipend, and that stipend was barely enough to feed us. And she had to go justify it. Like when our house burned down, she was literally at the home of one of these men asking them for money to feed her kids. So,
like, this is the thing, guys. Like, we're kind of making fun of all like the stupid little rituals and rules and stuff like that, but this is the harm. This is the things that are fucked up. It's not so much like we can, because religion's weird. Every religion's weird. Rituals are weird. But when we're talking about real people being harmed, like
people
are I would be like, oh my God, can I please, like, what do you need? I'm like, I can't, like, listen, I'm like, I will give you food out of my fucking pantry.
Yeah, well.
You know, because I don't know. I don't like to see people starve.
I don't like to see people starve either. All I'm saying is,
right. I know, guys. We're very empathetic. But to think about though, like, you are a leader within your community. You're supposed to be like these godly people, and like, I'm sorry, I don't think Jesus would be super cool with you not helping a woman feed herself and her family, from what I've understood of Jesus, his humanist side. So fuck off. Fuck all the way off right now.
I just feel like if you want to say that certain religious beliefs make all the people in that group good, you're completely disregarding the rules about groups of people. And when you understand that people are people, and within people groups of all types, there are people who commit crimes, just maybe you can gain enough space from your idea of utopia so that you can actually engage with people in a humane way, rather than reducing them to objects or elevating them to the most holiest on high, or even demonizing them to where they can do no right. Maybe you can just see people as people. And maybe you can get to know people before you start applying your preconceived notions. Also, did I speak quietly enough for you?
Well, we probably could have brought it down one more register, but I don't. We were both assigned AFAB at birth, so I don't know where the hierarchy is.
I don't know either.
It's like, you're not binary and I'm cis. What is the hierarchy?
There is no hierarchy. It
like,
is.
what are you talking? This is the thing, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, what is the hierarchy of human beings? There isn't one. It's all arbitrary. It's all arbitrary crap that was made up by probably a capitalist and somebody that wanted to control somebody else. Because as soon as people, and that's the type of thing about like religion, politics, if you start thinking that your idea is the only good idea, and you stop listening to input, you stop listening to, and also you get uncomfortable with hearing contrary decisions and deal with that. And contrary ideas, you got to be uncomfortable, guys. That's how you shift and change. So
sometimes you got to examine that discomfort and its origins. Why are you feeling so uncomfortable with that specific information? How does it impact you? Does it change or shift your worldview or your perspective of this specific people group? What do you think about that? I'm just saying. Look at it.
Like, you just do some work, guys. Like, just do some work. You know, because like also too, like, trust me, I'm doing my best. I've done a lot of work. This isn't like I just came out of this whole class. Like, no, it's work. It is, and it's still work every day, because I still have those voices that still creep into my brain, because those neurons are never going to be untangled. Because guess what? I grew up in the United States. So, but every time I go, is that true? Nope. That was a narrative you were taught.
Where does it come from?
Yep.
Do you want to change that, or do you want to continue believing that? Oh my God.
What?
Oh my word. No,
it's
good. Like, but this is so good because people can do better.
Yeah.
When they are honest with themselves about their own thoughts, what they were taught, and how it's impacting their ability to connect with other people.
Like, I think that we have to get over this idea that there's a thing called perfection. You have to meet people where they're at, but if you're honestly asking yourselves questions and you're open to feedback, that's awesome. But if you hear the feedback and it makes you uncomfortable, that's the part you're supposed to examine. If you're having cognitive dissonance, maybe you should examine why. It's not fun, guys, but that's how you grow and learn.
When I tell you,
anything worth doing is hard.
When I tell you that I reported the crimes that I experienced, and there were 5 older Amish people arrested and prosecuted for crimes they committed against children. When I tell you that, and your response is to tell me you're just looking at your good Amish furniture, please ask yourself why you feel compelled to look at your good Amish furniture that you love. And then it's not even, I have to look at this good Amish furniture that I love. Then you come back and you tell me, I'm just looking at my good Amish furniture that I just love so much. It is such good quality. Why do you feel compelled to tell me that?
Somebody said that to you?
Yes. Multiple people have said this to me.
So you talked about like being a survivor of the worst things ever, and then somebody's like, but you have really good furniture.
What? I'm just looking at my good Amish furniture that I just really love. Like, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, you're being offensive. And this person's like, no, I'm not. I'm just, and it's like, people really think that's relatable? No, what you're doing is you're minimizing the impact. Why do you feel compelled to do so?
Why can't you say, I am so sorry that happened to you, and not mention shit about your Amish furniture, because it has nothing to do with this?
You don't even have to say, I'm not even asking them to say I'm so sorry. I don't care if people are sorry at all. I don't even, you don't, just don't say that. Just don't say that. Just don't say that.
I don't like someone's saying to me, like, I'm really sorry of all like the the essay and the SM that happened in the Catholic Church, but like I really like Rome.
I really enjoy Rome.
It's like, what?
Specifically the Rome.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, you know what I really enjoy? I enjoy the Catholic churches. They're so beautiful, especially in Europe. They're like amazing. Oh my God, the architecture there. And some of them have monasteries and wineries, and you could go buy the best wine. And I brought home this bottle of wine from the monastery in Rome. And now I'm just looking, you said that, but I'm just sitting here looking at my bottle of wine from Rome. And I'm thinking about how much I really enjoyed that wine from the good Catholic monastery.
It's like, and I'm over here going, yes, and yes, and yes. I agree with you, because guess what? I grew up Catholic. I love me a Catholic church. Listen, if I go into a Catholic mass, which I'll never do again unless it's a wedding, funeral, yes, wedding, maybe. But, so if I have to go in there, and I can do all the tricks. Like if you were put back in an Amish service, it'd be like, oh, it's all going to come back. Like I know exactly what to do. Like those neurons are never getting fucking untangled.
Oh, and here's another thing that Amish have in common with the Catholics. We stand at certain times in our services too.
Oh, okay.
We had those rituals down pat.
like it's so funny. Like, okay, this is the thing about so you say you're Anabaptist. Like that's
Anabaptist.
Anabaptist. Okay.
I'll spell it in the comments for everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, because you love me.
Yes.
Wait,
it doesn't allow me to comment? What?
Oh, okay. Because you would have to sign into my account, but you can just put it in the group chat on.
I found the group chat. Okay, I got you. I put it in there for you. You can put it in the comments for people.
Anabaptist.
Anabaptist. All
What
that
does
means
that
is we
mean?
don't believe. So we actually are a counterculture to the Catholic Church, essentially, because the Catholic Church baptized infants, and Anabaptists don't believe in baptizing infants. We don't believe in baptizing babies. We believe that, you should baptize adults. Now, there's a big argument, like for us, it was the norm to be baptized at 17. Some people would be baptized at 18. That was getting a little, you were pushing it. Some people were baptized at 19. That was a little late, and there was outright consequences for that. But that was for us specifically. I know of other types of Amish where they don't get baptized until they're like 21. It just varies on each group of Amish and what their norms are. But we do not believe in baptizing infants.
Okay.
Now, I know that there's certain types of Anabaptists where they do baptize children, but they believe that the children have to come to the age of accountability, which I disagree with. I don't know that I hear of them often being baptized at like 8 years old. More like 12 or 14, or
that's confirmation time for us.
So it's like a counterculture to the Catholic Church. So like they originated from that. So they're kind of like the exact opposite when it comes to baptisms.
Okay, so I'm very curious. Okay, because like because like the idea with the Catholics, like you baptize babies because you're born with original sin, because your mom and dad fucked, and it goes all the way back to Eve because she fucked Adam and they had babies, and because so you're tainted with because they fucked. Because of Paul, this is Paul in the Catholic Church, guys. Like this is not canon originally from Jesus. Okay, this is Paul, all right, and Peter. Like in the history of the Catholic Church, and some men, they were like, hey, we're going to control women's bodies, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to say Eve. Okay, Eve has sex with Ava because she was the one that tempted him to get like the fucking fruit, man, because she was hungry, and also because you eat your apple in the morning. Big brain power. So cool. All right. And then she gets the guy to eat, and it's all her fault. Like it's all her fault because she's hot. And then through history, we just say, well, ever since beget, all women are like the temptress, right? And that's why you have original sin. But the thing is, though, the Catholic Church knows evolution is real. Like there's no young earth creationism in the Catholic Church. They know evolution is real. They know that the Big Bang theory is being questioned, but I'm going to go into that. But all the science. They know it's real, but they usually say it's metaphor, but they still carry the tradition that women have original sin. Square that.
You can't. That is illogical. It is a fallacy.
It is.
You can't hold to like that. Like, no. Either your book is a lie, your book of fairy tales is a lie, or the scientific explanation is a lie.
I always say, like, to every publisher, produce your God, and then I will believe the rest. Or you still have to prove the rest too. Like just because you prove a God, prove me Jesus rose from the dead. Like prove me that somebody rose from the dead.
Well, also I want to know what Mary Magdalena and what was the other woman's name? I want to know what they were doing during the so-called Jesus time, specifically behind the scenes, because I'm just saying I have a feeling there's a lot that was left out. And then I want to know,
like the Jewish rabbis got married. Like this whole idea of celibacy in the Catholic Church and Jesus being pure from sin came later. It is not even part of the everybody's ever like religion is everybody else's fanfic, guys.
Well, and really, like I just think that sometimes it's really Ruth and Noemi, like it's just there's all of these women in the Bible that they're made out to be like a certain way, and then there's a Proverbs 31 woman like, y'all, I never even tried. I mean, I tried to be the good Amish, okay,
right,
but I never I never set my sights that high because I knew I was never going to accomplish that. I'm just saying.
But you accomplished way more than, so I am glad that you did not make that accomplishment. Thank you very much.
I mean, I got to be a Jezebel like that.
Which is a way higher honor. Which is a way higher honor. I think, I don't know. I feel like a very like red sash with like a horn, with a crown, some, the very nice crown. And you have to braid your hair and you have to wear jewelry because apparently that's a sin.
So, yeah.
Anyway, Mary, thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate you being here. We got to do a full interview, which is great. And I know we went on a little side tangents, but it's the ADHD way. And if you are here expecting consistency, listen to NPR.
Look. Sometimes there's a squirrel over there or an idea flying around in the head that we must address. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So Mary's link tree is in the doobly-doo. So go check out the Misfits Amish. I do recommend you read Jezebel's Justice. It is even if you're not there's a lot of relatability in there and a lot of things that you connect on. So please do that. Go follow her socials and their socials. I keep screwing up. I'm sorry. Their socials. Cool. Anyway, love you all. I will see you here next week. I have Rob Palmer from Recovering from Religion next Thursday. And then I have Bree from Hiveside coming on. I don't know what we are going to talk about on Wednesday. Oh, Kelly, the Trade Atheist Queen will be here on Sunday at 3, and then I'm going to be on her show at 6 or other way around. Well, just wait. Just one of us will be on each other's shows on Sunday. All right, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful Thursday. Be kind, stay skeptical, give someone a compliment, and I will see you all later. Bye, motherfuckers. Love ya.